The pandemic of coronavirus that spread throughout the world with the beginning of the year 2020 became a blessing in disguise because to be alone, isolated and separated from the crowd became the one and only way to avoid the infection of the coronavirus, since there was no vaccination to avoid such infection, or as there was no medicine to cure coronavirus disease called COVID-19. To be lonely, isolated from the crowd became a path of enlightenment through spirituality that develops in being alone and going deep into oneself for self-realization. In fact, to be enlightened means to be enlightened of oneself. Oneself means nothing but the entire universe, the entire world, because the entire world that we experience is not outside us, but inside us. We cannot know through our sense organs the world outside us. Only world that our mind can become aware of is the mental picture of the outside world that is created by the limited information supplied by our sense organs called eye, ear, nose, tongue, touch, etc. In fact, none of our sense organs can know exactly what is outside us. Therefore, being with oneself alone means being in one's own mental world. And being in the mental world, and when you go deep into the mental world through our insight, we realize whatever that our mind experiences is only an illusion, not a reality. The world created or things created in our mind, everything is a reflection in the mirror of the mind. Like our own reflection, our own image, created in a mirror when we are in front of a mirror, is not actual reality, though it appears to be real. It appears that we are inside the mirror. That is only an apparent reality, but not an actual reality, because we are not inside the mirror. In fact, we think ourselves as only our mind. The self-image is created in our mind, and we think that image is a reality. But when we are alone and go deep into our own mind through our insight, we can realize that self-image within us is not an actual reality, but an illusion. All our desires, all our resentments are mental images. We like something means we like the mental image created by something in our mind. We dislike something means we dislike the mental image created by a mental image. All mental images are illusions. Our attachments and resentments are to our mental images through ignorance. Once we realize the actual realities of this nature, our attachment, resentment, and ignorance of things that we experience get gradually weakened and disappear. And ultimately we realize we are nothing but only a mental creation. Through that realization, one becomes detached from things that one is attached to. And one becomes devoid of resentments to things that one dislikes. Then once get the discipline to accept things as they are, realization, what we become aware of are only illusions. They appear to pass away. All our thoughts are mental images. They come and they go. They are instant. They are only sparks created by our sense organs, created in our sense organs through sensory contacts. Sparks appear, disappear instantly. That is the actual reality that we experience. Once we realize that reality, we become more spiritual than materialistic. The modern civilization makes us to be attached to material objects, and we become materialistics. And the modern civilization is a material civilization. And the richest country materially in the modern world became United States of America. the most prosperous country materially. But quite opposite of USA in the world, in the globe, in the world, lies Sri Lanka, small island, quite opposite of America in the globe. And that small island is a spiritual country. Even materially, scientists, especially the NASA Institute, has found out through their own discoveries the country that has the lowest gravity is Sri Lanka. Gravity is attraction, pulling to the earth. And Bermuda Triangle lies in between United Kingdom and the United States. And those two countries became the center of the material civilization, the centers of materialization. While the small island of Sri Lanka has been for more than 26 centuries the center of the spiritual development through Buddhism, the teaching of the Buddha. Still, Sri Lanka preserves the teaching of the Buddha that got opened up to the world more than 2,600 years back. And the culture as well as the civilization of Sri Lanka is basically spiritual, basically Buddhist. It means being alone due to the coronavirus, to avoid infection from the virus, people become spiritual and turn ultimately towards the center of spirituality in Sri Lanka. Therefore, the year 2020 became a turning point in the world history, turning the material civilization of the world into a spiritual civilization, where one realizes the supreme bliss of spirituality within oneself. In this context, the coronavirus that spread throughout the world as a pandemic has become a blessing in disguise, turning the modern material civilization into a spiritual civilization. To realize the value of this spiritual civilization, it may take a long time. This is only a beginning.